cup up with some leans. Yeah, put my dick in your bitch, please. Yeah,
hey, yo. Now I want to start this, but sup, little baby? First of all, can we just talk about, can we change Joe Byron's name to Joe Breezy? Just saying, just switch his name up a little bit. You here to see some Rb25 shit today. We ain't doing anything spectacular, you hear me? All we're doing to this bad little biscuit is oil pan change. And that's because, hold on, let me fit to show you a little something. Here we go. So something I never realized a long time ago was that the bottom of the pan is smushed. Now, it's actually been leaking a little bit of oil this whole time. Which, I mean, is really not much oil on the floor. You know, I'm gonna clean some of this up anyways. But normally, since I had this engine out of the car and on a fucking engine stand, I think I had an engine stand, normally I would unbolt everything, reseal it, do all that bullshit. However, it didn't look like it was leaking, which it's not leaking, it's leaking from this drain plug shit here, you know what I'm saying, all this shit. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, whatever, back in the day, boom, boom, boom. I always thought the pan was supposed to kind of be shaped like that, not the way that it is, but today I looked at it when I was under here after I pulled the subframe out and I go, oh, well, that's not how that shit looks. So, what I did was, let me show you this on, babe. Bought me a brand Schnubian. Hold up. Brand Schnubian oil pan. You know what I mean? I looked up at a few pictures just to make sure I wasn't tripping. But I distinctly remember that when I originally got this engine back in 2000 and fucking, I don't know, whatever year I got it from, fucking 400 years ago, that it was in the back of a truck on a tire. And we put it from the back of this dude's truck into my truck the same way. Just, we used an engine hoist, lifted it up, dragged from one truck to the other, and I had it on a tire. I can only assume that at some point between those two trucks, the fucking pan got mushed a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So now that I've seen that that pan was mushed, like I said, went ahead and got the brand Schnubian OEM, already pulled off all the stickers on it, nice and fucking fresh. And believe it or not, these really aren't expensive. I mean, you can buy some badass oil pans and shit, but I just want the OEM shit. And to be honest, in the future, depending if this motor is actually good or not, I'll buy another OEM pan and I'm gonna create I'll cut out little windows here for bat wings. Bat wings will add me some oil, more oil, and then also I'll put like little trap doors in it around where the sump's gonna be. So basically I would drill out this entire plate, take it out, and then put bat doors around the pickup of the sump. So that way any oil slosh would get trapped. So that way the sump is always covered in oil. Like how a Gretty pan would be, or like an ISR pan would be for like your SR20. You know what I'm saying? So, without further ado, let's do that shit, little baby. Boom.
Must be off your meds, mate. One less bitch in the game, that's a net game.
It's the pimp, pay your money, make a body, lay a see your bread. Whole stacking, pistol packing, wipe up with the perm hair. Choppers busy with the busy, I just brought a gold front. To the scissors, I'll go miss out, iced out like a storefront.
Six, spit that back shit, make the track hit. Ain't no time for a whack bitch, that's the mouth shit. Face down in the mattress, make that back dip. Make a fuck like an actress in the porno clip.
Ride off in that Benz thing, took up with no trace. Psychopathic with that 9 main, I might catch a case. Mask on, or the mask off, it don't make no difference. Cause I side with them, man, they don't leave a witness.
Touch you tip it to the feds, mate. Must be off your meds, mate. Pissing in his bitch, to put that cone to his head, mate. Leave him dead, mate. Save this for some head pain. One less snitch in a gang, that's a net gang. Mate, heard it was the alley you was looking for. Who could jump and see me, but the fuck I need a best flow.
Had them hoes tweaking like a death stroke. Smoking
on trial, cause the bodies wasn't ever found. That's how we do 'em down south, by your style. Feed the gators when them rats out run the wild, tryna buy my style.
I got scars floating in the swamp. I got bones covered up in moss. Blanco burning up a fucking cross. All my demons, those fucking boss.
Who are you? Who are you?
They will go wrong. Holla hoopty hoo when you see them boys in baby blue.
Who are you? Who are you?
Glock in the coupe, Uzi out the roof, raining bullets.
I get high off that motherfucking Blanco ride like a motherfucking down to die for my motherfucking. My hoes ain't black, but they say I got that.
Katana. Let me see. Anyways, boom, motherfucking little baby. Yeah. So I know this video is probably not like ultra entertaining. Hold up. Look at that face. Anyways, so I know this video is probably not ultra entertaining, and you know what I'm saying, I more than understand. But things get done on the 32 that get car closer to being a fucking car. So watch this shit. You gotta look at it. You gotta see. Right, 1, 2, boom, baby, you gotta look at it. So speaking of looking at some shit, let me find this right here. Oh man, we're just going fucking everywhere, huh? All right, so yeah, this looks like absolute fucking dog shit. I'm very, very, very not pleased with the result right now. So yeah, brand new OEM oil pan. I got a brand new OEM oil pickup and gasket, and then obviously the gray shit is the RTV. Now I over RTV'd it because there's a large surface area. There's a large surface area here on the block side, right? And I knew that putting this pan on was gonna be a pain in the ass. So, all right, let's put it like this. So when I put the pan up, I had the whole pan coming in, and I put it up and I had to shift the back end because I had to get, because inside the factory baffle plates, you have to sneak the oil pickup into. And yeah, it's fucking huge pain in the dick because somebody leaf a transmission on this thing. So because the tranny's on, the whole back section is incredibly difficult to just fuck with in general, right? So let me try to keep you motherfuckers together. So unfortunately, wow. That's from my, that was the back of my hand on that knuckle shit. I ended up having to leave out 2 bolts because they wouldn't fucking line up exactly. This being one of them right here, you know what I'm saying? And the other one being back here. And the reason why that one didn't go on is because, oh shit, I'm stuck. So the reason why the one in the back didn't go on is because I needed a very thin, long 10mm socket. And I only have this. All I have is this guy right here, you know what I'm saying? And this wall is technically too thick, so I couldn't spin the bolt with my fingers because you can't put your fingers back there. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't stick fingers in there and like put shit back there. So what I did was for the 2 bolts that wouldn't go in is since they were, I put extra RTV on there because I wanted more squeeze out, but I wiped the inside of the oil pan to make sure squeeze out didn't go on the inside of the pan. You know what I'm saying? As best I can, of course, because when I put the pan on and it slid the back, technically it would slide the shit from one side to the other. But sealing wise, whenever you do, I'll show you right here. Whenever you be doing sealing, right? You see how you seal around the hole. Technically speaking, you don't have to seal around the entire hole. You can just literally stay on the inner edge and ride it all the way around. However, to give yourself the better zone, always go around each hole. You know what I'm saying? So that's the old oil pickup, and actually there's nothing that appears to be wrong with it. Appears to be pretty fucking good shape, no real issue there. I will say that the oil that's left in there, there isn't fucking much of that. So that was good, but I noticed that the tranny drain plug isn't all the way in and it's slowly leaking like a drop here and there. Same thing with this fucking oil pan too. Because of the fucking dent, it bent just enough to where the oil drain bolt is, so it would leak just past it. So the floor has like this little, over like a couple of years of just dripping, just light little drips here and there every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? While I was in there, since I had the oil pan off, I checked just the inside of the engine, just to see if it looked dirty, if I could find shavings, if, I don't know, anything really, right? I was just looking for anything that could be a potential issue. And to be honest, I didn't really see anything, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully this engine's good, you know what I mean? For all I know, the thrust bearings are fucking gone, or, you know what I'm saying? Or some other weird dumb bullshit, right? So I'm pretty excited that so far from what I've seen, nothing really looks like it's an issue, you know what I mean? So that means now that the bottom end is sealed, oh yeah, another thing, the RTVs, the gray RTV gasket maker, fucking best shit ever for starters. However, in this specific case, for some reason, the tube that I have seemed to dry much too quick, you know what I mean? So normally it takes it a while to dry. Like you can play with it for a while. And I think full cures, normally 24 hours, which I think in like 2 hours, you could like, if you like your diff or some shit, you could just like throw oil in it and ride. But like the full cure, I think is like 24 hours, something like that. But this shit was setting up way faster than it should have. I was noticing that I did the pan and I was using my finger to spread around the RTV to make sure it's fully, you know what I'm saying, engaged all the way through and through. And I started noticing that after like, I want to say like 5 minutes or so, it just seemed to be not gooey enough. And as I started putting the pan on and putting all the little 10 mil bolts in, there's like fucking 10,000 of these bolts. After I started putting that shit together, I started realizing, the shit just doesn't seem to be, I started like knocking off the excess, and I'm like, man, the excess seems to have like a little shell to it already. And when I started putting it together, I'm just like, oh fuck. So I got a little flustered because now I gotta fucking slam fucking 10 millimeter bolts in there as fast as I fucking can. And then, you know, still have to line the backside of it and all the bullshit, you know what I mean? So that was kind of a pain in the ass. And I mean, to be expected, like this job would have been much easier on an engine stand. We would have flipped the fucking engine over so the oil pan would have went down on top of it instead. And if I did it that way, I would have put RTV on the engine block instead of the oil pan. Because I'm putting the oil pan up, I decided to put the RTV in the oil pan itself. So that way, if you're going upside down to put something on, you have a chance of it falling back down on you or wherever else. You're using the fact that the RTV's in the oil pan to just go back up. So that way it's not gonna fall down on the ground, it's not gonna drip, it's not gonna, you know what I'm saying, none of that bullshit. Plus, being on the ground off the car, it gives you a chance to make sure you have a full bead and do all your shit, you know what I'm saying? So, yellow baby, we out here, we're doing things. Next, on this fucking car, I'm trying not to ramble too much, but you know, I'm trying to give you informative informations, you know what I'm saying? So, now that I'm done doing the bullshit, right? That dumbass shit. Like, I bought a stud kit for this, so I can like put that together and shit. But like, now that like the little tedious tasks are kind of done, I'm gonna send this off to powder coating, hopefully in the next day or two. So hopefully I get it back sooner than later. Once this comes back, I have all my power steering lines, I have my power steering fucking rack, have my new rack bushings. I can start reassembling this shit back on the fucking car, because this fucking drives me crazy. I can't fucking stand this. Yo, like dead ass, this motor's on a fucking jack stand. You know what I'm saying? Like on the tranny, and I'm rocking this fucking engine back and forth, no problem. I'm not gonna do it now because I have the blanket so the turbo doesn't fucking keep touching the firewall. I mean the shock tower there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, next up, right here, boom, I wanna take care of this, put the steering shaft, whoa, hold on. Put the steering shaft back in, boom, boom, boom. And then that's gonna let me start maybe going inside the car where, I don't know, fucking everything isn't together, but it is, but it ain't, but it is, but it ain't, but it ain't, but it is. Like all this harnessing looks crazy, and that's because all the engine bay harness is right here. So yeah, wait till we see the video in the future of me having to fucking sort through that. Now, knowing myself, I should have just put the harness in there without cutting anything. And the only reason I feel that I did everything okay for the time being is because last time I threw a battery on this car, I got the taillights to come on, and I fucking, what else I got? I got the engine to spin over on the key. I know, stupid, you just do the ignition, whatever, it's not a big deal, but turning my key in with the battery plugged in and turning it and the engine fucking spins over. I don't give a fuck, that's fucking something right there, you know what I'm saying? So, I gotta put a little note on this motor that I gotta put engine oil in here. I'm gonna put some thick boy 2050 weight oil. If you don't know about that, learn about that shit, baby. 2050 in that. Gonna put 2050 in there. My S13, 2050. This car had 2050 back in the day. Old school trick I learned, you know what I'm saying? You can call it a trick if you want. There'll be tons of people out there that tell you 2050 is too thick and all this other bullshit, whatever. It's all personal preference. But yes, you should pay attention to what oil you're putting in your car. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm gonna close the motherfucker out right here. You heard? And what else? Hold on. What you got to say? Nothing? All right. Hold up. What you got to say? Nothing? All right, I ain't got nothing to say. That's okay though. Maybe next time, right? Come on now, talk to him. Anyways, so yeah, we out here doing things. Hopefully it's gonna be more entertaining next time, cause yeah, dog. Oh yeah, did some tint on the Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? A man's tinted that shit up for me, cause I can't tint. So boom. Not that it matters, cause it's not like video worthy, but that's Instagram post worthy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, little dog. Yeah, little baby. You heard me. Tell motherfucking Joe Breezy to come holla at Germans and them. That's me, Germans and them. And yeah, hopefully next video is gonna be putting shit back together in this fucking car sooner than motherfucking later. Cause yeah, I got shit to do. Technically, I should also work in the green car too, but I really want to work in the other side too. So yeah, the baby. Motherfucker like me out, gone. I ain't even coming back. You coming back. I'm not coming back because that's where I'm gonna be. Bang. All right.